Good evening, viewers and listeners. We are live and welcome to the Seven Cities Shoptalk Sports Show, broadcasting live from the beautiful state of Virginia to everyone all over the world. I'm your host, Big Law Lawrence Johnson, and we got some things to talk about when it comes to University of Virginia, but we're gonna mix it up a little bit. Of course, mix it up a little bit. I got on my Orioles jersey. I'm an Orioles fan, huge Orioles fan. I don't know if you guys knew that, but absolutely an Orioles fan and ready for baseball season officially now that we're in the what we call the doldrums, or we're getting ready to enter the dog days of summer. Well, usually the dog days of summer is a little later, but for sports, this is definitely a slower period of time. But what we have to talk about today, we're going to talk about what the University of Virginia is doing when it comes to the stadium. Now, all you viewers and listeners out there, please feel free to add your comments in on the or in the chat, and we'll be able to speak with you as well, and also give you some feedback, on some of your statements that you're making, and sometimes we'll allow you to join us as well. But I may have some of my hosts come in. I know we had a couple of folks out, but we may have some folks come in today. But let's talk about this, man. Let's talk about University of Virginia and what they're doing with the stadium and all of the renovations they have going on and what they're doing for the crowds. Also, we'll talk about the games as far as the night games that are coming up. There are we'll call it 3.5 night games, being that one of them are a game that is out of the country. And I guess we can call that a night game because it's more of a specialized game. Oh, here we go. We got one of my guys coming in here, one of my hosts.
Hey, Law.
In the building. What's going on, Ed?
I'm doing all right, man. I think I am anyway.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I was just giving everybody the rundown of what we got going when it comes to
Cool.
University of Virginia and what we're going to talk about. So, yeah, we'll talk about those night games, and what times and dates they have.
Two Friday games
for. Yeah, and then we have the spring, and we'll talk about my opinion, how I feel like some of the postseason spring tournaments have been disappointing to us University of Virginia followers, and we'll talk a little bit about that.
ACC had a bad weekend.
Absolutely, yes, they did.
Really bad.
And then we'll talk about also the lacrosse team. Even though they're going through a lot of turmoil, what I understand, they still have a top 5 recruiting class, which a lot of people felt, they probably possibly wouldn't have that. But they still do. They still are cranking it out when it comes to recruits and getting some high-end folks.
Reasonable to think that in this day and age, when you're, when as soon as there's a coaching change, kids hit the portal. So right. I mean, it's reasonable to assume.
And then also, some people are saying that it's like top 5, not only top 5, top 1. Some people are saying it could be the number 1 lacrosse. 1? Yeah, the top 1 by itself. So that's something to talk about as well. And then we, you got New York going against San Antonio. I want to know who you got. You know what I mean? I got to hear, who you got. Of course, NBA Finals, they start tomorrow. So, we're going to talk about it before, we lose the NBA as well. But let's go ahead. Okay. We got Miss AB to the stage. How you doing, Miss AB?
I'm not doing the best, but I'm here. I'm probably just going to be here for a good time, not a long time tonight.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming in for a good time. And, we're just going over the marquee, the rundown, and let's go ahead and jump into the first topic. So UVA has put out the games as far as the times, the dates, some night games coming up, and also the game that is out of the country. Where do you want to start? Excuse me. Do you want to start with the Brazil game, that seems like it's
May as
in
well.
addition to all of the games that are on. We got two Fridays games, and we got
Good place as
one.
any to start. Yeah, that's what I thought was it's 2 Friday games.
Yeah, 2 Friday games. I believe it's the Duke game and the Norfolk State game. So, but I guess let's go ahead and talk about the Brazil game.
Okay.
So UVA will be playing one of the top 2 games that will be playing at I think at the same time or in proximity, almost at the same time. I believe it's going to be played at 3:30 on on the 29th.
Sounds right.
And they have a game against NC State. And I
will this be a conference game?
I think this is a conference game. I don't think it's not a conference game. I mean,
okay,
it's a
last
game
year's wasn't.
Exactly. And that was maybe that was a good thing.
We didn't play badly. We just didn't play well.
Yeah, then we had a chance to win the game. But hey, they're going out of Brazil. All you viewers and listeners out there, who's going to Brazil? I would love to know who's going to fit that ticket, to go to Brazil and play, to watch them play out there. That's got to be a serious task and a very expensive ticket to go out there and watch them play. What do you think about that? Let me get AB in. AB, what do you think about this game in Brazil for the University of Virginia?
Hey, I mean, all you got to do is ask me, and I can look up stuff and see if I can get some deals on some stuff. I am a travel agent.
All right. Throw it out there.
I think it's exciting, honestly. I mean, it's something different, and we get to be a part of it. I mean, I think it's a great opportunity for us, and I think it'll be fun. Regardless, I hope it's not a conference game just because for both teams and just for the sake of both teams, because it's something new, right? I mean, we've never played in that atmosphere, I hope it's just for, I guess they would say shits and giggles. So I hope that it's a shits and giggles for funsies game.
Right. Well, I'm going to try to see if I can track down if it is a conference game or not. Ed, what did you want to say about that?
I'm thinking it's almost going to have to be a conference game. That would be 2 years in a row that we played them, and neither one was a conference game. It's not the end of the world, no, but it's just it seems a little strange. I'm still not sure why we're playing in Brazil, but
it says yes.
Anything
to
help elevate the program, I'm all for it. So, it's no casual fan is going to. So what are you going down on the corporate jet, or are you?
He's taking the boat. He's taking his boat down there.
The SS Woodpile, yes.
Yeah. The SS Woodpile. No, I mean, But,
hey, listen, you don't laugh at the SS Woodpile. It's the finest bass boat on the water.
Oh no! Wood has a yacht, man. He's a big saltwater yacht, man.
Well, yeah.
but I think I just confirmed it. It is a conference game.
Okay.
So that'll be really interesting, being that it's going to be a game out of the country, so far out of the country.
Yeah, I mean, it would be pretty tough to like I said, 2 years in a row, and neither one's a conference game.
Yeah, well. And then of course, they are, what are they doing? They're shrinking the out of conference game schedule, and they're trying to make sure you're playing in conference more.
That's
but
yeah.
So the next game we got is the Norfolk State game, which is a Friday game.
That was moved to Friday, wasn't it?
It was moved to Friday. It was Saturday.
Did we ever find out why we moved it to Friday?
I don't know. I don't think they. I don't think that they really gave a reason. Wood is saying fans don't come to Scott Stadium, but you think they're going to Brazil? This,
Um,
I mean, that's a good statement. I mean, that's something that when you think
the
about it,
lines
I
are
mean,
probably marginally better in Brazil,
mm-hmm,
probably. Um,
right,
there's a little more gunplay with Brazil, but you
right,
take your chances.
okay, yeah. So, um, but yeah, so we have Norfolk State on September 11th. Um, Lord bless the fallen on that day, because I know that we'll do probably an honorary thing for that as well, and that's a 7:30, excuse me, a 7 p.m. kickoff. Then of course we have the next game, which is the game in Charlotte, which is a Saturday.
Oh
Um,
God.
yeah, yeah. Let me AB. Let me ask you about this game here. Let me see here. I'm gonna mute us. I'm gonna mute myself. AB, come on in and talk with me and tell me about how you feel about that Charlotte game. Are you going, and is it a big deal?
What Charlotte game? Because I don't have the schedule in front of me because obviously I'm driving. So
They're
what
going
game
to
were we referring
Charlotte.
to?
They're going to Charlotte September 19th at they're playing at 7:30. That's a Saturday game, and that's kind of like a early season special game for the Wahoos.
Yeah, I mean it's a little early. I mean we do get Norfolk State, right before it, but we're used to having a couple little easy games, well, supposedly easy games before. Um, I mean, it might be good for us. It might kick us into gear a little bit earlier. I personally always like North Carolina is like my favorite trip. I love going to Duke. I love going to UNC. Like the atmospheres are just fun.
Yeah,
So I mean, I think it'd be fun to go and to enjoy it, but at the same
right.
time, it is early for the ACC to be an ACC game to be that early.
Yeah, yeah. Samaha out in the chat. What's going on, John? What's going on, Wood? He says, Samaha says they got a big group going. He's the Stadium Road, I believe, right? Stadium Road. And he says Queen City, we're back. Wood is saying West Virginia, couch burners. Right, right. And he also saying night game, haha. Charlotte asking for it. Yeah, I mean that I tell you one thing, I absolutely love, love going to Charlotte and covering University of Virginia sports. I've been down there quite a few times, and whether it's football or it's basketball, hell, even when it's baseball, but I've been down there so many times covering that game. And Wood is saying, go back to, well, I could tell you, maybe we could try to exercise some demons, Wood as well, when it comes to getting back into that stadium. But hopefully, we won't come back crying again. Yeah, my man Smile, yeah, Stadium Road Who Crew. So yeah, they'll be there, and he has a big group going. Let me get with you, Ed. Let me go. I got your mute here. How do you feel about the Charlotte game? And are you think you're going?
I doubt we will be going, but there's as soon as I say no, the missus may have to prove me wrong. There are certain schools that I hate playing. I don't care when it is. I don't care where it is. This would be one of them. I still have not fond memories of getting flipped off on numerous times on I-77 coming into Charlotte by most of West Virginia. I think the last guy out had to lock the gate and cut off the lights. They were
Is that
all,
right?
I don't know how many of them it was, but I think they were all there. I remember my daughter, we were at Chili's, I think it was, and half the restaurant is screaming go and the other half is screaming Mountaineers, and my daughter's like, why are they yelling at dinner? So it just so many semi great memories from that trip. It's always, I hate playing these guys. I really do. I mean, it's just there's no it's lose-lose. So even when you beat them, they they're like cops or Hokies. You can't find one when you need them.
Right.
After that Tire Bowl, that place was a ghost town. We
Yeah.
pretty much had the town to ourselves. They cleared out after the game.
This is true. And that's how it was when we the time before in Charlotte. But yeah, that Wood is saying we did beat South Carolina, and that was fun in the Belk Bowl. I had a good time down there for sure, man. They also gave us like the press. They gave us like belt cards, like gift cards, like $50. I think it was $50 a piece or something.
I thought maybe you got mayonnaise, but no, that's
Duke's mayo. That's the Duke's bowl.
It's a whole nother bowl game.
No, but they do pretty good with for you when you're in the press. When you're at a bowl game like that. But it was fun. But yeah, they didn't have Debo, and UVA went out and put some work on them. And Bronco, little did we know, the following year Bronco would leave after so much momentum. But yeah. And the last game we got Duke, the maybe the redemption game at Duke, the 23rd, which is a Friday, 7 p.m. Another early game. What do you got to say about that, Ed?
I mean, we so I guess it's it does seem a little strange.
I think you're on mute, Ed.
Am I?
I think you have yourself muted.
Okay. It's.
Hold on one second, Ed. Hold on one second.
Okay.
You got
Can you hear me now?
Well, go ahead, buddy. Keep going.
Okay. Yeah, it's like I said, anything to help elevate the program, elevate the level of the competition. That's got to be a good thing. I feel like, it does. I would think that it makes it hard. Or is the schedule and the routines, but maybe they've engineered a way around that by now.
Right. So my man James is saying, let's see here. James is saying, wondering if UVA is getting a payout. I think they are. They are getting a payout.
Oh, is there money on this?
Yeah, I think UVA is getting a payout for Charlotte.
Bamberger's got a bet with the West Virginia governor.
And I think they may be getting more for the payout at Charlotte than they will at Brazil. Yeah.
Okay.
My man Tony's in the chat. He says, Duke is at home.
I think you're right.
And we will be, at Duke. I'll see about going down there during that week. We owe them one. We really owe them one. That was such a dismal time, in the press box watching that, and it was just a slow grind to a halt. Watching that game.
Miss you too, Chad.
Yeah. Oh, stop, Chad. But those are the games that we have that are night games for the University of Virginia coming up in this season, and maybe because we won 11 games and we are or we did have a good game this past fall. Maybe they want to see us a little bit more in prime time, because we can't say we weren't exciting. You may not follow us,
we are.
like us, but we're exciting.
Not boring.
Not at all. Some up and up news for the fans. You're going to have more opportunity to sit in different areas in Scott Stadium or stand in Scott Stadium, but it's going to cost you a pretty penny, because this year coming in, they're going to have standing areas right by where the football team comes out, right by the locker rooms. So you'll be able to have an on-field experience at the University of Virginia by the south gate, the south entrance, and you're going to see. You're going to be able to stand there. You got to pay for it, of course, and it's not cheap. But and you're going to be able to be right next to the guys as they run out of the tunnel.
No way for that to go bad.
Well, yeah, my man James is saying night games are exciting with all the new. Yeah, he's got a point with that.
That's fair. Yeah. Those early fall games you do roast,
and you don't have to. Yes, you don't have to roast it because I know that west side of the stadium gets hot as hell. When they have those day games.
Speaking from experience, I can promise you the east side is no picnic.
Yeah, I mean, excuse me, the east side, the west side is.
Yeah, but you roast in the fall and you freeze in the winter.
That's right. That's right.
As soon as the sun goes behind those west stands, it gets really cold over there.
That's right. It's the east. It's the east side. Yeah, and it will cook you.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So in addition to putting standing room areas by the locker rooms, they just put a press release out. They're moving the press. They're moving our seats are where the press goes, and they're putting in luxury suites called the
1931 Club.
1931 or 1913 Club.
No, it's 1931. It's the first year they played at Scott Stadium.
1931 Club. There you go.
Yes.
So that's where the press
I wasn't
is,
there for that.
And they're putting that in 2027.
Yes.
And I think they're moving the press. They're moving us, which I know the fans don't care, but I think they're moving us towards the north end of the stadium or right somewhere there towards there, which,
they're going to put you up in the clock tower or something?
Maybe they're going to build.
Might not be a bad seat.
Maybe like a space bridge from the from that side of the press box.
I see where you're going with that. I like it.
Now that would be cool if they had that and you could walk.
You know what they could do? They could cut down some more of those trees, and you could just do the broadcast from the dormitory dormitory
across
areas.
the street. Across the street, right? Yeah.
I mean, it's elevated. You can probably see down at. You might miss that north end zone, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You might as well just do it from the parking garage behind the behind the South Stadium. To be build it up there so we can look down. Over the stadium. But yeah, so they're putting these luxury, and it's gonna be, from what I understand, very high end seats. Is where
you can tell us about it.
Yeah, where the University of Virginia press they sit is right there at the 50. From 30 to 30 is press seating, and there are suites on each side of that, but they're taking that away, and they're going to give that to the top earners or the top payers of that, for that solution and for that area. So, I'm not too happy about it, but what are we going to do? We're the press. They're going to put us somewhere.
Yeah, I can sympathize with your plight. I mean, our seats were what was it, section 109, row O. So we were down in that lower section. I think maybe not midfield, but like maybe 35, 40 yard line thereabouts. That was great seats. And then when they did the reseating, they offered to move us down to the corner beside the opposing band. We're like, no, that's okay, thanks.
Yeah.
But up in the clock tower, you guys will have a good view.
Well, the clock tower would be great. It's just I don't really like the front and back views unless I'm playing Madden. Other than that, I like to watch my games side to side.
I like it when you're playing an option team.
Either that or I'm watching blocking. See, my mind shifts. My mind really shifts when I'm watching from front to back. I'm watching blocking schemes. When I'm watching side to side, I'm really watching, defense and cornerback play and linebacker play. I don't know, just how my mind kind of works.
I do the same thing. If it's an option or a veer team, I try to work my way down to the end zone. That's right. I want to see those blocking schemes too. I want to see how they're doing it. So I understand.
Yeah, and then that'll be interesting once that happens in 2027. So that's what's going on when it comes to expanding Scott Stadium and trying to get more fans. But you got to capitalize, right? You got to capitalize now with an
Yeah.
11-win season in the books, and you may have people who want to come to the stadium, who may want to, spend more money, more than usual, based off of our, previous years.
Yeah.
This is the time to strike while it's hot. And I
Let's
can
hope
tell
we
you
have a
what.
good season.
Well, in the way the team is built, they're built to be steady. They're built to be definitely bowl bound.
Yeah.
I think they'll compete for the ACC championship, or somewhere in
I think
there.
so.
So yeah. I think so.
Okay.
I mean, they're steady. They're real steady. They have 2 and 3 levels of players or shifts, where they can have, first string, second string, and some players that are considered maybe third string players that have some playing time, and that's rare when you have that. Now, maybe the kids aren't 5 stars and a ton of 5 stars, but they proved that they didn't have to have a ton of 5 stars to win a whole bunch of games.
Yeah.
Either. So let's see how we do. Let's see how the University of Virginia does with this season. It's all going to be on who the quarterback is and how the quarterback plays. I think the defense is going to be tougher than they were last year because I think they're stacked, man. They're stacked. First and second
was pretty
string.
solid last year.
Yeah, and I think they're even more solid. I think they even have even more playmakers. They loaded up with 4 to 5 new defensive ends.
If we can just keep people healthy.
4 of those guys are at least pass rushers. They added a safety from Michigan from out here. We played at Churchland.
Michigan.
He's a hitter. Yeah, he's
not directional Michigan, but Michigan.
No, Michigan. Wolverine, Michigan.
Cheater, Michigan.
Yeah, he's a thumper too, and he's a great player. I think he's going to do really good for the University of Virginia. He's like in the box guy. Yeah, a little bit more of a box guy, but you talk about they got Ethan Mentor and a whole bunch of other defensive backs, meaning safety position, where they're stacked at the safety position. And then, of course, the defensive backs, the corners are going to do well, I think, as well, because 2 of the starters who didn't even play last year are going to play this year, Jam Jackson being one of them. So let's get excited about what this team has to offer, especially on the defensive side of the ball. But so that's what we got for the on the field and off the field changes to Scott Stadium, and it's going to mess some things up for the press. But hey, they're going to make more money, right? Everybody.
That's the idea, apparently.
So let's talk about the spring. We'll talk about this really quick. The spring not in the postseason not doing well.
That's fair to say.
Lacrosse lost early. Men's baseball out kind of early. We thought we would do better. And girls softball, they did pretty good.
They did okay.
Well, based off
they lost to Tennessee. They lost to Tennessee twice, and neither game was a blowout. So, it's another one of those situations where, yes, the results don't look all that impressive, but when you put it in context, and context does matter.
It does matter.
It's losing to what was it? Central Florida or middle Northeast Florida State or something like that they lost to last year. Losing to them is one thing. Losing to Tennessee at Tennessee is another thing.
Nothing to be ashamed of. That's nothing to be ashamed of.
And I don't, just as an aside, I don't know if you guys, if anybody else out there saw it. It was a really neat thing that happened at the last game at UT was in the ACC tournament. One of the starting left fielder, Kelsey Hackett, went down to play at first. She's doing better now. Had surgery for I think it was an ACL.
Right.
But as a result, because she's got a torn ACL, she couldn't play. So what they did was they had her dress in uniform, strapped her leg into that one of those RoboCop braces, and had her take the field for the last, I think it was in the 7th,
That's
and then
awesome.
subbed her off.
That's awesome. That they whenever they do things like that,
Well,
that's
she was one of the faithful five, as Coach Joe likes to call them. So,
right.
and that kind of stuff speaks volumes with recruits. So,
Well, you also think about, what was it? My man on the spot, Eric Thomas, he's saying men's tennis, another a ring. Yeah. Rowing finished 4th in the nation title race. Yeah. I mean, Virginia has always done well in the spring. I think we're looking for maybe a little bit more, a few more wins, especially, if
we wanted a
lacrosse.
couple more natties, but
Yeah. or if anything, just a little bit further. Give us a little bit more of a sweat, right?
Yeah.
Give us a
I
little
know
bit more
some
of a
people
sweat.
would be happy with one.
Right.
Nobody here, of course. But yeah, it's you want to do as well as you can, and you set goals early in the season. Baseball wants to go to Omaha, so does softball. Not everybody gets there.
Yeah. Like I was saying, like what Wood is saying, wouldn't say a bad spring.
Yeah.
Lost in the regionals and post. Yeah, I would say it was just a disappointing postseason.
Yeah, I'm not happy about losing to Georgetown, but yeah. I get his point.
I was looking for more from all. How about that? We'll leave it
especially
at that.
with lacrosse Final Four being in Charlottesville. That was
right. That's
disappointing.
Right. But yeah, so we'll let's see what happens. We got a whole new cast of coaches in their first and second years for some of those sports, and
all kinds of intrigue going on.
Yeah, all kinds of intrigue, and we'll see how this all shakes out. Wood is saying after the ump threw out 2 of the best players for cheering. Right.
Yeah, I
bunch of mess.
That was softer than Sharman, I thought.
Yes, this is true.
I mean, the same day. It's happened before.
Right, it's happened before.
It's happened before. There was that one show last fall. I can't remember the exact date, but we pretty much agreed all the way down the line. I was scared. I don't mind saying.
Yeah, you were shocked.
Yeah, I was fully expecting the world to come to an end the next day.
Well, it's good that you guys are agreeing, but it's also good that what did my man say? Eric said, he said the tennis and the rowing team have pretty good years as well.
We like what is it they like to say, the Olympic sports.
That's right, the Olympic sports. So our next subject is UVA, talking about the Olympic sports or the other sports. Lacrosse, we were just talking about, still has a top 5 ranked recruiting class, even
that's
with
a little surprising.
With all the drama, all the stuff that's been going on with with the coaching and all that, and all the possible backstabbing, and it says they're top 5, and some of the people are saying it's like a number 1, like a top 1 class.
When I got my wisdom teeth out.
He said, "Must have been." Oh yeah, why he agreeing with you?
Oh!
In the fall and call it a failure. In the spring. Yeah. I mean, when you're spoiled, I mean, Tom Brady, and Bill Belichick more so, when they don't win a championship, it's a bust.
Well, how many people were screaming for what's his name, Pollard's head just last week?
Right, and also Michael Jordan, who, could win it every year, win the MVP every year, only has but so many, know. So, but you're a victim of your own success, and that's what that's what everyone's expecting. But hopefully that these spring sports, they're not rebuilding, they're just reloading. And it looks like lacrosse definitely reloading with a top 5 recruiting class and possibly a top 1, based off of what some folks are saying as well. So let's give them a hand for that. And the coaching situation, let's just let that subside and let that situation. Yeah, let's let that kind of go.
I heard something about that. It just we were saying it doesn't make sense. If there's problems in the program, why would you hire the assistant? if there's not a problem in the program, why didn't you bring the guy back? Yeah, I heard some things last week and week before that kind of it didn't answer all the questions, but it made more sense than what I had heard up until that point. So I mean, I understand hiring the assistant now better.
Well, Wood makes a great point there when it comes to baseball. He says looking forward to a full Pollard season. He said he's a fan, but can see why question. Yeah, they question him because real bad pitching problems. Which has been the issue since
this regional weekend was crazy.
Right.
None of the 2025 College World Series teams will be back in Omaha. Nobody. None of the 8 will be back. Only 4 made the tournament this year, made the field this year, and they're all gone. So, it's you had 2 number 4s winning their region. Never happened before.
I was about to say, that don't look like
what was it? Of the opening games on Friday, there were 14 wins by either the number 3 seed or the number 4 seed. 12 of those made the regional final.
Right, our best
so it's and you've always heard you win that first game because you don't want to go in the losers bracket.
That's right.
So it's that winning that first game is huge.
That's right. And also you get the reset your rotation a little bit as well when you win that first.
There were some of the teams that just UCLA was I think the first number 1 overall seed to not even make the regional final.
Right.
Vanderbilt lost. Georgia
2019. Tech. Okay.
Yeah, Georgia Tech collapsed. That was weird. They put up 22 runs in the first game, and then I think they started 2-0, if I'm not mistaken, and then they lost the next 2.
Wow.
Lost them both to what was it, Oklahoma?
Woods on it. He says most 3 and 4 seeds since 2019. So let's see what these teams do in the spring, next spring. But we have our football season coming up. So we'll see how this summer goes. Hopefully this summer goes quickly so we can get back into our football season come the fall. So let's talk about some NBA really quick. We got the finals kicking off. I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited for it, actually. For what I understand, the last the Western Conference Finals was some of the most viewed Western Conference Finals ever.
Yeah.
Huh. And you credit that to stars. You're talking about Wembyana, and you're talking about
what is it, SGA?
Yeah. What is it? No.
I SGA is all I know. I couldn't tell you the man's name.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's SGA.
The
That's
MVP.
All I got.
The MVP.
MVP. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So he
all in how you spell it.
So he's now that he's out, so you have a young upstart Spurs squad, which is, what are we, 25 years old, 24 years old is the median age of the starting lineup. Then you got a Knicks veteran team where you had a whole bunch of a team that was built kind of like through trade, free agency, and then you have the veterans that come from all over to play as one. Then you have a team that's being homegrown, just how Pop always wanted it, getting ready to have a clash. And I'm excited about watching this. I want to see Wemby play against Karl Anthony Towns. I want to see how Jalen Brunson's going to maneuver around in the paint against those young, athletic, strong stud guards that San Antonio has. I'm really looking forward to this series. Anything you got to say about that, Ed?
No,
I'm going to go for New York. I think New York's going to win.
Okay. Listen,
that's my prediction.
They've they've certainly had opportunities to duck out on this thing, and they just keep showing up. So they certainly have what's the expression? They certainly have a puncher's chance.
Well, the Knicks have been beating people by 20+ points.
Yeah.
For like 8 games straight or 7, something ridiculous.
And what were they? Were down by 22
came back
to
and
Cleveland
won
and came back to win.
Yep, came back.
I'm not
to
sure
win
which
the
is more
damn
impressive,
game.
coming back from 22 or blowing a 22-point lead with. It was a fourth quarter, wasn't it?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, it was awesome. It was awesome to see, because I really didn't.
Wow.
I was sad enough. I was hoping for the comeback to see, if they could do it, and they surely did.
Wow.
They surely did. But I got the Knicks. Who you got?
The Spurs are just like a machine. I don't. It's what the Spurs should win, but like I was saying earlier, it's there have been a couple of chances for the Knicks to just fold their tents and go home, and they haven't done it. They just keep grinding.
You keep beating the hell out of people, man.
I think if San Antonio doesn't give them their propers, it could be they could at least make it a series.
They have to be careful.
Yes,
they have to be careful, because they weren't supposed to beat the Oklahoma City Thunder, and they did.
Yeah, you're not supposed to. The Knicks weren't supposed to win either. It's
right.
I'm guessing the league is probably breathing a little easier knowing that at least one major market team made the finals.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're happy about that. Well, and also Wemby's the brightest young star in the league.
Oh yeah.
So they're happy about that. They're really happy about that. They're getting Wemby on the major stage, and also they got the number one market.
I'm betting Wemby jerseys are somewhere towards the top part of the jersey sales.
For sure. I can see that. But
with those colors, I could see why people would want to wear that.
Yeah, basic, but
silver and black's a classic combination.
I hear you. No pun there. Nothing.
No, it's
it's popular. LA
Facts.
Kings, White Sox, all of it.
Yeah.
Those colors.
I remember when the Kings switched to those colors. What were their colors before? I think it was like a blue, Columbia blue, and like a yellow.
I'm not sure.
Maybe it's maybe, but yeah, there were some teams switching to that. Well, we had that time period where everybody was incorporating black, if it was in their colors or not in their colors.
Right.
Which I couldn't stand, but
that's the best thing they did for jersey sales is they started making alternates and started adding extra colors.
Oh yeah, because you got to buy more.
That's
you think
right.
You've got you've got the jerseys all
Traditionalists hated it. Traditionalists hated it, but a lot of the younger folks, the hip folks, really love those new colors.
My daughter is screaming for a what is it? The Skriegel. She wants the Capitals to bring back the Skriegel. With the old color scheme.
They bought the Skriegel back with dogwood on it, which is really
I saw that.
That's really cool.
I liked.
Really cool.
I guess those were the City Connect jerseys the Nats had on.
Mm-hmm.
Was it last week?
And the Orioles have on in the traditional Orioles jersey, but they have their City Connect, which are like the colors of the local Tides here, which is like a forest green and an orange.
Really?
So that's what the Orioles.
Interesting.
It looks awesome. I love it.
Yeah, that's a good combination.
Yep. Forest green and orange, and they're
somebody around here had that combination. I was thinking, I can't remember who.
But I dig it, man. I dig it.
Yeah, it's a there's just some classic color combinations.
That's right. But yeah, man. So that's it for the show. I mean, we got through everything. Still keeping everything rolling. We'll see what the news brings us today or this week after today. Of course, today is June 1. I mean, Myles Garrett. I mean, you can mention that Myles Garrett gets traded to the Rams. Also,
That's
the trade with the Eagles. You know, they
that's
got
selling
their
Manhattan for
guy
$24
out of here.
territory, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, would they get a player and a pick?
They got a player and 2 picks. They got a first-round pick in 28, 27 or 28.
Yeah, you
and
got to
they
wait
got
2 years for the
Jared
first.
Verse. And Jared Verse, who was an animal, a young animal. So they got him. But they also,
But
you know, on the flip side, they got the best defensive player in the league. In 7 anyway.
They sold cheap, I thought.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. Well, the contract is what you had to eat because he just signed that big contract last year. Oh yeah, it was 2 or 3 tablespoons to eat.
Now that you mentioned contract, I'm wondering if maybe
it's the biggest. I want to say it's the biggest.
If they took less,
contract.
so they didn't have to retain more salary.
That's right. So that's kind of the scale. If I'm going to give you a lot of picks, you know, I'm not. You know, the salary is going to be lower. If you're going to have to pay a lot of people, you're not going to get as much compensation. You know, if I have to pay this huge
makes a certain amount of sense.
That's right. Well, you know, you can't have everything. You can't have, you know, me take the contract and I give you a ton of picks. You know, that's those smart GMs.
There was a rumor this afternoon that Aaron Donald may be coming out of retirement.
Oh Lord, they do.
You imagine those two together?
No sir. I hope Washington doesn't have them on the schedule. Good God.
I mean, I can't. You know, you have to double Donald or you have to double Myles Garrett. You know, I think the math is not going to math after a while.
No, it's not. Eventually, it'll be jailbreak city.
Oh yeah,
for sure. But yeah, so that's some, you know, just some NFL news to throw around. You know, the June 1st cuts are going on, so you're going to see some talented but expensive vets that are going to be on the street that are going to be available. So keep an eye out for them. But anything you want to say in closing, Ed?
No, I don't think so. I think you know, it's kind of a slow time now. You've got baseball and NASCAR, and that's about it, unless you're into F1 or IndyCar racing.
Well, what's coming is FIFA. I'm a soccer fan.
Yeah, World Cup is coming this summer.
The World Cup. So
my daughter is stoked. One of the early sites is Charlotte, so she's thinking she'll get to take in some world-class soccer.
They may be coming to DC as well, but I'm gonna have to check that. But that'd be cool.
Oh, it'd be can you imagine the traffic though?
No, that's true. But
I mean, my God,
it's gonna be awesome. It'll be an awesome spectacle if they can get there.
Oh yeah, it's you know, I really had not paid much attention to soccer until my daughter started playing, and you know, now that's how she makes her living. So go figure.
Right.
You know, I understand why they call it the beautiful game.
Mm-hmm.
It's sort of like hockey with better weather.
Right.
And then there's an element of basketball too. You know, space is good, speed kills.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Orioles just won as well. They beat the Red Sox. And the polar bear Pete Alonso cleared the monster today. Just a quick update from an Orioles fan. You guys didn't even know I was that big of an Orioles fan, but yeah. But let's go ahead and close it out.
All right.
You know, I appreciate all of you viewers and listeners for tuning in. I mean, it's like I said, it'll, you know, be a little bit slow, but we'll still have some content for you based off of what happens with University of Virginia and other sports as well. I'll be integrating some more sports or different sports because our main sports are this is their off season. So, but we got to thank you for joining in and hanging out with us. But as of now, this shop is closed. Thank you guys, and we will be back next week.